You hear? Is it okay?
Yes.
Or too loud?
No, it's good.
Normal? Normal, so good.
Yes.
Okay. Second. He said. That is begins with speaking, Srila speaking with Hansadutta. He was speaking with Gopala Krishna, but this passage I think we have already done yesterday. So the next passage is he is addressing himself to Hansadutta. Addressing himself to Hansadutta, he said, Srila Prabhupada said, so you have taken a very great mission, that world preaching, that is very, very nice decision. So you have got buses and you have got capacity. You do this, and one in Germany, one in India, come and go, what do you think? Hansadutta was enthusiastic to do whatever Prabhupada wanted, but he had a complaint. He had a conflict with Gopala Krishna and temple presidents like Giriraj, because men who wanted to join his party and travel were being checked and sent to different centers, even against their will. Prabhupada's initial response was that if a brahmachari wants to travel, there should be no objection. But Gopal Krishna presented another side to the issue. He complained that Hansadutta was enticing men away by preaching to them and paying money to them, even if men were holding key positions in the temple. It sounded like a replay of last year's dispute between the Radha Damodara, TSKP and American temples. Srila Prabhupada affirmed that the temple establishment has to be maintained. Besides that, Prabhupada told Hansadutta, if you want to take someone, or if anyone is willing to go with you, the president of the local temple, he should be requested. So if the president thinks that he can be spared, then he can go. But if he thinks that his presence is necessary, why he should go? Hansadutta said he did understand and did try to abide by that principle. But in response to an incident cited by Gopala Krishna concerning a man in Bombay, he said that Giriraj had been so unreasonable about the matter that the boy actually ran away. I make a stop here because it's a long conversation. It should be continued. Because if I don't stop, who will continue? So that is about Sankirtan distribution party Hansadutta was involved into. And they are discussing with Srila Prabhupada. So, not discussing, but Hansadutta, he is complaining of something concerning Gopal Krishna, and it was something not correct according to his opinion. And he, being a good disciple of Srila Prabhupada, he sincerely telling him about this. And Srila Prabhupada, but about the mission, book distribution mission, Srila Prabhupada said that is a great, great mission, and that it should be expanded. Very, very nice decision, he said. So you have taken a great mission, that world preaching, that is very, very nice decision, because they were traveling very much in different places. So they have buses, and Srila Prabhupada said you have buses and you have capacity. Buses only vehicles, and capacity it is the enthusiasm and mercy coming from Srila Prabhupada to his disciples. And Hansadutta and the others who were participating in Damodara Sankirtan party, they got all this great mercy of Srila Prabhupada, and that's why it was successful. And one more thing, the Srila Prabhupada said that if the Sankirtan devotees need a person to be taken with for the Sankirtan book distribution, that temple president should be informed about it. And temple president decides if this disciple can go because of his services, someone can substitute it, he can go. And if he is not substituted, then he can't go. So that means we should do all these things in connection with the temple authorities and temple management. Now we go to Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, I have done it. So we are in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, and Part 16, and text number 26. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamoti. Yes. Text 26. So I read one line by line and then you repeat. Shri Shuka Vacha Bhaktaye Tam Prapanayam Vidyamadishya Naradaham Yayav Angirasa Sakam Dama Swayambhuvam Prabhu Shri Shuka Vacha Bhaktaya Etam Prapanaya Vidyamadishya Naradaham Yayavangirasa Sakam Dama Swayambhuvam Prabhu Shri Shuka Vacha Bhaktaya Etam Prapanaya Vidyamadishya Naradaham Yayavangirasa Sakam Dama Swayambhuvam Prabhu. Now you. Shri Sukha Vacha Bhaktaya Etam Prapanaya Vidyamadishya Naradaham Yayavangirasa Sakam Tamasvayambhuvam Prabhu. Shri Shuka Vacha Bhaktaya Etam Prapanaya Vidyamadishya Naradam Yayavangirasa Sakam Dhama Swayam Bhavam Prabhu. Thank you very much. Now we are going to worldly translation. Shri Shuka Vacha. Shri Shukadeva Goswami said, Bhaktaya unto the devotee, etam, this, Prapanaya unto one who fully surrendered, Vidyam, transcendental knowledge, Adishya, instructing, Narada, the great sage Narada, Yayao, left, Angirasa, the great saint Angira, Sakam, with, Dhama, for the topmost planet, Swayambhuvam, belonging to Lord Brahma, Prabhu, O King. Translation made by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Shukadeva Goswami continued, Narada, having become the spiritual master of Chitraketu, instructed him fully in this prayer because Chitraketu was fully surrendered. O King Parikshit, Narada then left with the great sage Angira for the topmost planet known as Brahma Loka. Purport made by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. When Angira had first come to visit Chitraketu, he did not bring Narada with him. However, after the death of Chitraketu's son, Angira brought Narada to instruct King Chitraketu about Bhakti Yoga. The difference was that in the beginning, Chitraketu was not in a temperament of renunciation. But after the death of his son, when he was overwhelmed by his great flight, he was awakened to the platform of renunciation by instructions regarding the falsity of this material world and material possessions. It is only at this stage that Bhakti Yoga can be instructed. As long as one is attached to material enjoyment, Bhakti Yoga cannot be understood. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 2.44. Boga Ishvarya Prashakta Nam Taya Parta Chetasam Vyavyasyatmika Buddhi Samadhau Navityate. In the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination of devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. As long as one is very much attached to material enjoyment, one cannot concentrate his mind on the subject matter of devotional service. The Krishna consciousness movement is progressing successfully in the Western countries at the present moment because the youth in the West have reached the stage of vairagya or renunciation. They are practically disgusted with material pleasure from material sources, and this has resulted in a population of hippies throughout the Western countries. Now, if these young people are instructed about Bhakti Yoga, Krishna consciousness, the instructions will certainly be effective. As soon as Chitraketu understood the philosophy of Vairagya Vidya, the knowledge of renunciation, he could understand the process of Bhakti Yoga. In this regard, Srila Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya has said, Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga. Vairagya Vidya and Bhakti Yoga are parallel lines. One is essential for understanding the other. It is also said, Bhakti Parasanubhavo Viraktir Anyatra Cha. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.2.42. Advancement in devotional service or Krishna consciousness is characterized by increasing renunciation of material enjoyment. Narada Muni is the father of devotional service and therefore just to bestow causeless mercy upon King Chitraketu, Angira brought Narada Muni to instruct the king. These instructions were extremely effective. Anyone who follows in the footsteps of Narada Muni is certainly a pure devotee. Shri Shuka Uvacha Bhaktaya itam prapannaya Vidyamarisya Naradaha Yaya Fangirasa Sakam Dhama Swayam Bhuvam Prabhu. Sri Shukadeva Goswami continued, Narada, having become the spiritual master of Chitraketu, instructed him fully in this prayer because Chitraketu was fully surrendered. O King Parikshit, Narada then left with the great sage Angira for the topmost planet known as Brahmaloka. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasati Guru Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Agyana Timirandasya Gnana Jana Shalakayam Chakshuran Militam Yana Tasmai Shri Guravi Namaha Namom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamina Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti So thank you for being here with me, supporting me with your inspiration and good wishes, because I need it very much. I saw not correctly last time what shloka I should prepare, and I prepared something different, but I will do my best to make the lecture practical and interesting for you.
Mataji Lilamrita.
So, we know already the story about King Chitraketu, and it is very nice to speak about it many times again. That's why Srila Prabhupada was repeating many things in his lecture. Sometimes we think, oh, again the same thing. Oh, why again? I know it already by heart. Oh, it is very important because Srila Prabhupada was always saying to his devotees, try to understand, because we can't understand. Our senses are not pure. We have 4 defects. Senses are not perfect. That means not pure, because what perfect is pure and full, purna. And we are inclined to the speculation, and we are doing mistakes, and we are cheaters. We are cheating ourselves and the others. It happens without any purpose of us, but it happens automatically because we have all these 4 defects of our consciousness. That means perception. Consciousness means to perceive the things happening inside and outside. That's why Angira Rishi, he fulfilled the desire of King Chitraketu, and but after King Chitraketu has lost his son, he understood the falsity of material possessions and material perception, because we think everything belongs to us, and we, that's why, want to rule. We want to be the bosses, we want to be the best boss, yes, and we feel satisfaction if somehow by our false centers we can falsely understand that I am really the boss. Yes, I have won it. I know what to do. I have my own way. Yes. So, the pity for these people who don't understand the goal of our human life. But then, when Chitraketu was already ready to be instructed by Narada Muni, at the beginning he was not ready, but then when he was ready to get the instructions, be instructed and follow, then Angira Muni brought Narada Muni to instruct him. It is very important to be ready to perceive the instructions of Guru. At the end of the second chapter, when Arjuna was brought by Krishna to the state of being absolutely helpless, he couldn't do anything, he was helpless. He threw down his Gandiva, his bow, and he said, I don't know what to do, so now please instruct me. I am your disciple. That means I want to be your disciple. The tendency of being subdued, to have this servitor attitude, was awakened in Arjuna, and he was ready to listen to Krishna's instructions. And the instructions are taking place through the whole Bhagavad Gita, from beginning to the end. And at the end, Arjuna did understand what Krishna wanted from him. And that's why Bhagavad Gita says, where there is Krishna as the spiritual master and Arjuna as a disciple, there is happiness and prosperity in the world. One is instructed because he knows. The other is fulfilling because he wants to be instructed and wants to follow the instructions of the highest, in this moment, highest personality of Godhead. But we are instructed not only directly by Krishna and not always directly by our spiritual masters. We get instructions from our authorities, we get instructions from each other. And today I was thinking, what prevents us to follow each other? And then I was thinking about Arul, and I was thinking how willingly he always is doing his service. Always he is willing, he wants to help. At the beginning, I think maybe now as well too, I also want to serve the devotees. I also want, if they ask me to do something, I am happy that they have asked me, and I am happy that I can fulfill it. And I was thinking why it is so sometimes difficult, because we do it not from our heart, not willingly, not kind. We do it, okay, I should chant, I should go for the training, or I should read. Certainly, it's very important to chant and to read. I don't know about training, but to chant and to read is very important. But if devotee asks us for help, Krishna asks us for help. Because without Krishna, even the grass can't move. The wind is Krishna. Yes, the grass can't move without this wind of Krishna's breath. So that it's very important to understand. If we are serving each other willingly, that means eager. The more we show our eagerness, the more the devotees are happy with us. The more they give us instructions, the more they give us service. The more service, the better. We're here only to serve, to go through devotional service. What for? To understand Krishna. Because Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, I award you for your devotional service proportionally. That means Krishna gives this to everybody, but he awards his devotees proportionally to his doing the service willingly. For Krishna, very important, we will do it. For Krishna, very important, this impulse of loving devotional service for him. We want to do it. Maybe we can't do it very good, but we want to do it. Srila Prabhupada was sending his devotees to different countries to preach, and they didn't want to go. To China, to some other Fiji, some other countries. But these were his instructions, and they did it, yes. So very important, these kind relationships between the devotees. The Dati principle, to give presents, yes, but not only to give presents. We should know how to accept the presents. Maybe sometimes we don't need what devotees are giving, but devotee has given it to us from his heart. We shouldn't show it, never. Thank you very much, I need it so much. Then you can need it. You need it then, you understand, yes, I really need it. Or you can give it to someone who needs it too. But to accept the present. Every present is full of Krishna's mercy. That is all around us, Krishna's mercy. We don't know how to use it in our devotional service. And this tendency of serving willingly means to use this mercy for our devotional service, because Krishna wants to serve us. He gives us his mercy because he also wants to be a servant. Yes, but we think, no, we know what to do. No, I have planned my day, I don't want to change it. But Krishna wants you to change it. If you don't want, okay. Very important mercy of devotees, very important instructions, or they're not instructions. If they ask us to do something, these are their instructions as well. To do it willingly, to want to do it. If we can't do it naturally, sincerely, then we can meditate on it. And we find at last the power in our consciousness to come to this tendency to do it willingly, because we all have it. That is called Bhakti. So we're going on to the text. It is only at this stage that Bhakti Yoga can be instructed. When the devotee is ready to be instructed, as Arjuna was. As long as one is attached to material enjoyment, Bhakti Yoga cannot be understood. Bhakti, this loving devotional service, this impulse, this flow, that is the flow. Bhakti is the flow, where there is no jnani and where there is no karma, only Bhakti. So this Bhakti can't be contaminated. If it is contaminated by material enjoyment, it can't flow. It stops. and we can't go on. If, for example, we stop reading, maybe being diseased or some different reasons, we're disappointed, we're doubtful, different things, then we feel we're disconnected from Krishna, because consciousness is already open to perceive Krishna's mercy and instructions of spiritual master and to do devotional service. And when we stop, we feel it. So it is non-stop devotional service, 42 hours a day. Matmana bhava mat bhakto, mat yajimam namaskuru, mameva shiasi satyam te, parijana priyo teme. We have so many ma here, in this text. Ma means Krishna, my. So be my devotee, be my bhakta. Bring me your humble obeisances. Give me everything. Give me your homage. Yes, offer it to me. That is ma. In many texts in Bhagavad Gita, we have this ma. All these mas are Krishna. In the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, because it is not possible not to be bewildered by material enjoyment. That is just like a spoiled mirror. You know how to call it, spoiled mirror. You look at yourself in this mirror and you think you're something. I don't know. You are not direct. The head is here. The hand is here. So awful, so ugly. That is the mirror of the material world. We look in this mirror, wow, that's a beautiful world. I look so beautiful. That is not. That is the falsity, what is written here. The falsity of the material world, the falsity of the material perception. We perceive, yes, we take prasadam like a mercy, we honor prasadam. That is called intake of prasadam. We take this into ourselves. We take it in. Perceiveness means to take into our consciousness this or that. We can take disco music or we can take kirtan in our consciousness. What is the difference? We should understand ourselves. Who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination of devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. Resolute determination means drita vrataha. Resolute determination means enthusiasm. To go to the end, to give everything. I was speaking with one of our best Sankirtan devotees. It was a moment when I was tired and a bit disappointed. I can't be disappointed. I was trying sometimes. It doesn't work. I love this movement and Srila Prabhupada so much that I can't be disappointed. It doesn't work on me. It is somehow outside, but it doesn't come inside. But that moment I was very tired. And I asked him, I don't say his name, you know, I think I can't anymore. I don't know what to do, what you can tell me. And he instructed me. It was not such an instruction. He told me, but I accepted it automatically as an instruction. He told me only one thing, we should give everything. Immediately I understood what he meant. Immediately, I had this resolute enthusiasm in me to go on. Because Bhakti is the flow. Bhakti is going on. Bhakti is developing on. And the more. That's why if we are already on some stage of this ladder of devotional service. The aim of this ladder is Bhagavan, and we can reach Bhagavan only through Bhakti, our devotional service. Then what is already lower, we go higher and higher, we don't need it. We don't go down to these steps because they are very, very dangerous and not favorable for our devotional service. We should control it. It is very easy to do what I want. Material world is tapasya. That is my favorite phrase of Srila Prabhupada's. I like it very much, yes. Because I understand every day more and more that material world is a tapasya. It's a great challenge we should overcome. To overcome it, sometimes it can be automatically, but mostly we give some impulse to it, endeavor, our effort. Krishna likes our effort. He helps. He helps sometimes unnoticeably. We don't see that he helps, but he helps according to our being involved in devotional service, according proportionally to our devotional service. Not service, devotional service. It is all devotional service. We call it service. I should work sometimes, devotees. I should work. Go and work, but not here. You can't work here. You can only do devotional service here. Or that is not the right address to you, the false address. Go work. Take money. Much money. Go to Mallorca, I don't know. Buy some beautiful car. Are you happy? No. Oh, why not? Come back. Don't say work, say devotional service. The etappen or stages of devotional service in Bhakti, certainly they're different. There is 9 steps in devotional service. Yes, we were speaking about this, Shraddha, from Shraddha to Prema. Yes, but Prema is also Shraddha, mature Shraddha. Love of God is mature Shraddha, when nobody and nothing can take you out of it. Nothing. Srila Prabhupada was asked, Srila Prabhupada, what happens when the atom bomb is coming to us? Srila Prabhupada says, we are chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Yes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's all we can do, because we are doing devotional service every day and every minute. If we can't do it physically, we think of it. If we can't meditate, yes, we can meditate all the time. That is Maha Mantra. That we can do all the time. We have different things. Some of us are learning German. Some of us should go for a work. Some of us do this and this and this and this. Is learning German is not for Krishna? Yes. To work then, to preach in German. Is peeling potatoes are not for Krishna? Oh, no question. It comes into what will be prasadam. Potatoes will get to be a piece of mercy of Krishna. We peel, they are looking so dirty. We wash them, we peel them, we give them to Pujari, he offers it, we get mercy. Potato is a great mercy of Krishna, maybe very great because we like potatoes, yes. Boga gets to be prasadam. Our material attachments get to be purified and come to, with the time, to the mature Shraddha or Prema to God. Material attachments to overcome is difficult. because we have got them for many, many lifetimes, and they are somehow, they are living in us. They are living creatures, they are living habits, they are living thoughts, they are living feelings, so much of them. But we know that all these things are on the bodily plane, body, this not spiritual body, but this material body of us is full of all these elements, all these experiments, all these depressions, oppressions, different things, yes? That is all bodily plane. If we give all these feelings and willings and thinkings to Lord of Master of thinking and feeling, Lord Srishikesha, Srishikesha Krishikena Sevanam Bhakti Ruchete, I am repeating this many times. So then everything is okay. We are serving to give all this dirtiness up. And then one day you come to Krishna and say, I'm helpless. I can't do anything. I'm helpless. Please instruct me. And then we can perceive his instructions with love and maybe with some reactions like Baba. The hair are getting stand on our body and we roll maybe on the floor. I don't know, that was Lord Chaitanya's reaction. It's too much for me to speak about it. Yes, but who knows? We should have this as our aim. So as long as one is very much attached to material enjoyment, one cannot concentrate his mind on the subject matter of devotional service. We know the story about Gajendra, elephant, the king of the elephants, Gajendra. He was a king, he was enjoying with women elephants in water, yes, and then crocodile caught him, yes, and he couldn't do anything because elephant is a very strong animal, but the teeth of crocodile, they caught him, he couldn't do anything, yes, and he was doing this tapasya for many years, and then he couldn't anymore, and then he concentrated himself, he fixed his mind one-pointedly on Krishna and asked him for help. And then, when he was absolutely helpless, Krishna helped him. Jadabharata, we know also the story about Jadabharata because he was from Brahmana family, royal family even, and he lost the possibility to be with devotees, the possibility to be connected to devotional service. And he fell down and he was affected, was attached by the deer, baby deer. He did a very nice act, like a Vaishnava. It was absolutely correct to help the baby deer, but not to forget the devotees, not to forget the devotional association, yes, not to be one-pointedly concentrated only on deer. And that's why, but he didn't lose Krishna. Krishna was in his consciousness very deep. And that's why when he was dying, when he was when he was giving up his body as a deer, he's also concentrated him very much, and with a smile even, because he knew what would happen. With a smile, he left his body, and the next body he got already as a Jadabharata and as a great preacher who was preaching to the king Rahugana. So if we concentrate our mind on Krishna, we can't forget him, and we will be always remembering him. this text, Srila Prabhupada is speaking about Vairagya. Vairagya means detachment. Detachment of all material attachments. So detachment of the attachment or attachment. That means to be purified by our, so when our anarthas, our unwanted plans, unwanted desires, unwanted deeds, what is not favorable for our service, they are taken out of our consciousness. Then we can come to the state of Vairagya, and then with the time to the state of Yukta Vairagya, full Vairagya. The example of full Vairagya, Yukta Vairagya, is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada. So we can see what level we should reach. Srila Prabhupada writes here, the persons who are coming to the level of Vairagya, they are practically disgusted with material pleasure from material sources. Disgusted. And this has resulted in a population of hippies throughout the Western countries. Because the hippies, they were cultured people. Many of them were from very rich families. But they were protesting against Vietnam War. Certainly, Hare Krishnas were not involved in the politics, but their tendency was very honorable. And that's why Srila Prabhupada came to America, and he was working with them, and we know they gave up, we know it for sure. They gave up really all their bad habits, free sex and drugs and all different things. And you know how difficult, you can imagine, the hospitals in Germany are full with the ill people who were on drugs. They can't do much. They are a bit better, they give them very strong medicines, but they are not better. They come out of the hospital, and many of them, I know these people, they are doing again drugs and free sex and all these things, yes, because their consciousness is not made free from all these bad habits, because their taste is not changed. Srila Prabhupada has changed the taste of the hippies, and they understood what is better for them, what is favorable for them, and willingly they accept Srila Prabhupada and Krishna consciousness movement. Because he instructed them about Bhakti Yoga. Srila Prabhupada instructed them about Bhakti Yoga and all the profitable things that Bhakti Yoga can bring to us. Here Srila Prabhupada is speaking about Vairagya Vidya. It is clear, there is a knowledge of attachment. That is all knowledge. Our consciousness is knowledge. Sat, Chit, Ananda. All this spiritual knowledge are in our consciousness that one day can bring us to this spiritual bliss when we are purified of all these material knowledges. So Vidya means knowledge. We know there are different kinds of Vidya. Yes, there is Vidya and Avidya. Yeah. Vidya means realized knowledge. Vairagya Vidya means practical detachment of all material attachments. Practical. Yes, and then coming to the state of spiritual knowledge. All they are preaching is spiritual science. All they are preaching is spiritual knowledge. All we are doing being involved in the spiritual system of Krishna consciousness. That is a system. And in this system, every part of the system should work as it should work, as Srila Prabhupada wanted it to work. That's why we have principles. That's why we have etiquette. That's why we have this hierarchy, subordination. That's why we have our strict sadhana. That is a system that is sometimes can be a cruel system, because to destroy all our material attachments, it should be strong. It is for the people who want that their consciousness will be purified one day. Vairagya, Vidya and Bhakti Yoga are parallel lines. Vairagya, Vidya, the knowledge of detachment, and Bhakti Yoga, the knowledge of devotional service, are parallel lines. Yes, and who gives us the knowledge of Bhakti, our spiritual teacher, gives us the knowledge of Bhakti, because his knowledge is absolutely based on this pure spiritual knowledge of Bhakti. Yes, and they got it from Srila Prabhupada. That's why we should serve our spiritual master. We should render him our devotional service, because he has seen the truth. He knows how to instruct. Krishna knows how to instruct Arjuna. Yes, that's why Arjuna wants to be instructed by him fully. We should give everything. The Sankirtan devotee told me, we should give everything means Yukta Vairagya. And if Chitraketu, King Chitraketu, followed the instructions of Narada Muni, they were very effective for him, because our spiritual masters, they know what for us effective and what not. And anyone who follows in the footsteps of Narada Muni is certainly a pure devotee. Why pure devotee? No material attachments. Vairagya, Yukta Vairagya, pure devotee. No material enjoyment, no inclination. Not a pink, not how to say, not a small thinking even of material enjoyment. That is also disgusting. We are the replica, material world, the replica of the spiritual world. That's why, if we are reading these texts, we can understand what means the purity of the spiritual world and what our impurity also means. And we can compare, and we can contemplate on it, think of it, meditate on it. Then we know, yes, I have much to do, but I am not disappointed. I don't have any doubts. I believe Srila Prabhupada, I believe my Guru, I believe the devotees who instruct me. So this chapter is about attachments and detachments. We're speaking about it every time, and Srila Prabhupada was speaking about it every time in his lectures. Material, spiritual, material, spiritual, material, spiritual, material, spiritual. Yes, that's why he's speaking about it all the time, because he knows how not easy it is to come to the simple thinking but high living. Simple thinking, pure thinking, and then high living. So we should be happy to come to the state of being helpless. If we are helpless, I I can't do anything. Oh, I go. I leave the movement. I can't do. No, use this moment for being instructed. Use it for you. Yes, I'm helpless. And what of it? Beautiful that you are helpless. Come. You are helpless. Me not now. Maybe I will be. Go downstairs. We peel the potatoes together. You will not be helpless then. The devotees help us all the time. I prepared absolutely different thing, different shloka, but it happened so that I gave this lecture, and I want to say one more thing. In Madhurya Kadambini, that is the small book of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, I advise you all to read it. That is directly about Vairagya, because it is directly about how to purify ourselves from all anarthas, unwanted plants. They prevent bhakti. Bhakti is a bhakti beach. Bhakti comes from beach, from the seed, and then it is growing like a plant, you know, just very small plant, baby plant, and then go to child plant and go to teenager plant or something more and more. But we know if we have plants in our garden, everywhere there are unwanted plants. Sarniki in Russian. Unwanted plants, yes, unwanted plants. They disturb this bija, this plant, bhakti plant, to grow on. So we should clean our garden. We clean our garden of devotional service, that this bhakti plant can grow freely, without any difficulties. Because that is a living entity, a living plant, yes, and we should help the plant to survive in the conditions of material world. And in this book, Madhurya Kadambini, Bhaktisiddhanta Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes that, I'm repeating it, I was speaking about it already, that only non-human can refuse to serve the Lord. Только тот, кто не человек, может отказаться служить Господу. Understand? Is it clear? You have a rule?
I think you talk Russian.
You understood? What?
That forward, but the last sentence, I think it was Russian or something.
What?
You talk something, the last sentence I couldn't understand.
Oh, you couldn't? That's why I'm asking. That is from the Bhakti, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Yes, he wrote it in his book, Madhurya Kadambini. He wrote this phrase, only non-human, not human, can refuse to serve the Lord. So if we are humans or not, we can answer these questions ourselves. To choose with Krishna or not. Yeah. So if you have questions, would be nice, or maybe comments or something.
What was the name of the book what you told me?
Madhurya Kadambini, The Shower of Nectar.
Okay.
I show you this book, I can show you. That is a small book by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Madhurya Kadambini, Nectar, Shower of Nectar. Shower of Nectar. Yes. So if you have questions.
I have a question.
You speak Russian, I can translate. If it...
Okay. Как очистить ум, если приходят негативные мысли? Вот они приходят, я стараюсь они все равно приходят как бы агрессивные.
Okay, it's clear. But the question is how to clear our mind from all these negative thinking. Yeah, he calls them demons. He says, Prabhu says that I am trying to control, but it doesn't happen. Vishwavasu was giving the lecture here, and he said, don't struggle with your mind. Don't fight with your mind. Don't fight with your mind. It doesn't bring any results. You simply give all these thoughts that are disturbing for you to the master of the senses. You are not the master of your senses. We are not the masters of our senses. Hrishikesha is master of our senses. We give all this to him, doing our devotional service. You can't take the thought, some negative thought, out of your mind physically and throw it away. But if something like this comes, you can take your japa, Hare Krishna, Hare, no thought. Where is your thought now? Where? Show me. Nothing, I don't know. The next comes, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I want to be helpless and not to fight with my mind, but be helpless and ask Krishna to help. And you know whom we ask? We ask Krishna to help. And Krishna is so attractive. He is so beautiful. And we are singing his beauty every evening. Just a moment. This I don't know by heart. Second.
Hare Krishna singing?
Yeah. Oh no, it doesn't. Shh. We don't have the Madharashtakam in English.
We have.
Oh, could you give me the Madharashtakam in English? I need only the fifth text from it. The fifth text. English? Oh, thank you so much. So, that is the description of Lord. We are singing it every evening when we are recitating the prayers to Damodar, to Lord Damodar. O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by the locks of soft black hair, tinged with red. Я переведу вам, что, о Господь, твое лицо как лотос, оно обрамлено вот этими вот кудряшками, мягкими черными кудряшками. Tingled with red, которые перемешиваются с красным. Is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda. И мама Яшода целует и целует снова и снова их. And your lips are reddish, и губы твои красные, like the bimba fruit, так же как bimba fruit. Bimba fruit тоже имеет, он не красноватый цвет. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Пусть это видение твоего лица как лотос навсегда останется в моем сердце. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me. Тысячи и тысячи других моментов, которые могут быть мне выгодны, не нужны мне, они не являются пригодными для меня. Вот только это. That is a description of Krishna's face in Damodarashtaka and how Mother Yashoda is kissing and kissing him again. So, to whom we should surrender? To this beautiful Krishna. For Krishna, the most important feature is beauty. We surrender to his beauty, to the beauty of his pureness, to purify our dirtiness. And if we understand it, that we have got this possibility, we will never be disappointed, and we will never be doubtful about it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. I don't know if it was useful, because it is from one to another. One day a bit of use, one day a bit of use, one day a bit of use, yes. It can't be just immediately. But if you want to say something, we have 5 minutes. Something for 5 minutes, something what is essential. It's clear, yes, вы получили ответ, да? На свой вопрос? Да. That's why we have Maha Mantra. When we're helpless, we ask Krishna to help us, not my mind. He can't help you. Yes? Not yet. Not yet. Yes? That's why we ask, I'm helpless. Every time when something not good that is disturbing for you, you know already what is not good. Вы уже знаете, что вам не подходит. That's already very nice. That's already very good advancement.
Мне не подходит вожделение.
Не подходит. Okay. So, if it comes, say, wow, I don't know what to do. I'm helpless. Please, Krishna, help me. Hare Krishna. Not only Krishna help. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Because Hare Krishna is much more beautiful than lust. This material lust. There is spiritual lust as well. We're not speaking about it. This material lust is ugly, yes? But Krishna is so beautiful. How we can think about this material ugliness when we're chanting his name? If you're chanting his name, you're not thinking about this. You can't think about this. One time, next time, a bit less. Last, next time, a bit less. It's a process. It is the process of cleansing our consciousness. That's why we're doing different services. The most service we are doing for Krishna, for example, Rule. Yes, he is in this process 24 hours a day. He is coming very early to chant, 24 hours a day. He has no idea of these ugly things, I'm sure, because it's not interesting for him. It is not interesting. It is interesting to read. It is interesting to know something new about Krishna. It is interesting to read the descriptions of Krishna, how attractive he is. Attraction attracts. What is not attractive doesn't attract. Only attraction of Krishna can attract us to him. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Mataji Lilamrita ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhakti Bhushan Maharaj ki